Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be about Venus. Actually, I have some really good news. I waited for this moment when Venus will enter sidereal Pisces. So on 30th of January, she entered sidereal Pisces to stay there quite long, with interruption, because there will be a moment when she will be retrograde, but she will stay in sidereal Pisces until 1st of June. I will tell you why I waited for this period of time, because she's exalted in Pisces, and now as she's an evening star, she's really very powerful and capable of to give us the best of blessing while she'll be in sidereal Pisces. So in this video I will describe her nature as evening star, what to expect from her while she will be in Pisces. I will tell you to note maybe in your agendas some useful dates from her motion in Pisces, when she gets retrograde, when she'll enter sidereal Aquarius, and in the end I will tell you very briefly what to expect from her for the 12 ascendants, both from tropical and sidereal perspectives. Now, for people who are new to my channel, I describe the sidereal ascendant. Also, if you do not know at what time you're born, this will be your moon sign. You can apply the moon sign. And of course, for people who follow modern tropical astrology, I will give you also the tropical ascendant. So, what is Venus doing as an evening star? First, to tell you, now you can see her, she's so bright in Pisces in the evenings. I watch her every evening. As an evening star, she's represented by the goddess Inanna from Uruk of the Babylonians. This is goddess which is also she was, of course, the patron of the city of Uruk, of the contemporary Iraq or ancient Babylon, and she was like the main divinity when an evening star. This is Inanna from Uruk, or this is Ishtar. Also, she's associated, of course, with wisdom, beauty, love, sexual energy, romantic energy, more than Venus when she's a morning star. When she's an evening star, watch the sky in the evening. When the sun is setting, shortly after that, you will be able to detect Venus on the evening sky, and you will see her very near Saturn. So Saturn is not that bright. Venus is very bright now. Really pleasure to see her. So this is what you can do. Watch Venus, especially for ladies, to connect with her energy. This is very good. In Pisces, of course, especially as an evening star, she's exalted but very joyful. She can really give us the amazing blessing. Now, Pisces is the natural sign of the 12th house, which is also very spiritual. This is the house of the bad karma. Don't be shocked by the sound name, but so it is called. This is the house also of healing. Maybe Venus can help us not only spiritually, but can help us to heal some conditions, let's say, to win over enemies. But I will give you a little bit more detailed analysis on this when I look at the 12 ascendants. As an evening star of the Greeks, she is the goddess Aphrodite, directly related to love, sex, art, also wisdom and beauty. She has very high hierarchy on the sky. In both mythologies, Babylonian and also Greek, she's daughter. You know, in the Greek mythology, she's got daughter of Uranus, because from this, when he was, well, you can of course read in detail the legend, but the mythological story. But once Saturn cut his organ, the seed, the masculine seed, dropped in the water, and from the foam, you know, Aphrodite. There are many actually legends from the foam Aphrodite was born. She's also daughter of Anu of the Babylonians. So she has very high hierarchy. She was given by God Anu actually the authority over, together with other gods, the authority over human beings to rule. And she's benevolent planet. She's a good planet. Always when she moves, to tell you, especially when you follow her motion, you will experience her blessing. But you really need to tune into this energy. So, briefly now to give you some dates which you might use really. Why? Because so powerful and so beautiful, you can use it, let's say, for beauty procedures. I will use it for creation of Venus talismans. I will announce them now in a separate video. I waited for this moment very long, since almost maybe more than I would say 9-10 months I haven't done any Venus talismans because of affliction. Venus was afflicted all the time. Even when she would enter Taurus, where she's on a throne, I wasn't able to make Venus talismans because she was afflicted by the square of Saturn. So now when she will be in Pisces, she will not be afflicted. And I will be able very soon to make Venus talismans. I'm already uploading my new models on my website. Details you can find always under my videos. So she just entered Sidereal Pisces to stay there without interruption, with small interruption. And I'll tell you when she exits Pisces. This will be on 13th. But let me do one by one. So she just entered Pisces to stay until 1st of June with small interruption. Now on 7th of April she's entering, for short, she's entering Aquarius, because she will be retrograde. So on 7th of April she's moving back into Aquarius. She's not weak in Aquarius. She has specific dignities there too, but maybe I'll explain this in a separate video. But she's of course more powerful in Pisces. So you can really benefit from her energy from now up until 7th of April. How? I told you, financially she can bless you, but we look at this for the 12 ascendants. From 2nd March to 13th of April, Venus is retrograde. I will tell you, I don't care when Venus is retrograde. She is benevolent planet. When she's retrograde, she changes a little bit her energy, but she cannot be bad when retrograde. Even, you know, even when she slows down a little bit of her energy, she may drive us to revisit some old let's say artistic work which we do. Some people become a little bit melancholic on past love, romantic partnerships, but retrograde, she's not bad. Retrograde Venus in the horoscope is never actually denying love, just that people are a little bit repetitive in the partners they choose, or they are very melancholic. They tend to be very melancholic, or feel a bit sorry on previous relationships, or to let's say to go back in the past and revisit love life. This is what she can do, but she cannot be bad, not at all. Even she can play positive role. Let's say there was a past period of time when financially you were better. She tends to have this energy to help you and bring you back to this past more positive financial moments. So she's not bad when retrograde. She can be used when retrograde. So from 2nd of March to 13th of April, the retrograde Venus, still evening star, still romantic, still beautiful. Even imagine a retrograde, she goes back to your youth. She can reverse or, you know, age, let's say, but I mean symbolically. So for beauty procedures, I believe when retrograde, she can be good. But I will make very detailed video on Venus as retrograde. Very detailed. So this is not bad again that she's retrograde. When she's retrograde, another point I want to give you, she will participate in the eclipse. So as you know, on the 29th of March, we have the first eclipse of the year. It will be the solar eclipse, and there is belief of the ancients when a benevolent planet participates in the eclipse, the evil will be destroyed. So I see this as a good sign. You can call it omen maybe. No, it's not an omen because it's not so rare. But Venus to participate in the eclipse. So this is just to give you a bit positive information again. So on 7th of April, the retrograde Venus, I told you, is entering Aquarius. And on 13th of April, I told you, she becomes direct. Also something important, before she becomes a retrograde, which is couple of days before she becomes stationary, I mean, because before she becomes retrograde, she is stationary for a couple of days. So 12 March, 2nd March, she becomes retrograde, and couple of days she's stationary. She's emphasizing on the 15 degrees of Pisces, which degree is good, very spiritual, positive degree, which falls in an Egyptian term of Mercury, degree which is fine for spiritual work, information, studies, even trade. So this is really not good. There is a very wide square with Mars, but at that time it's wide because Mars will be in the very last degrees of Gemini, while Venus will be in the very first degrees of Pisces. And this is not, I don't see it as a real affliction, but of course it can play a little bit on our emotions. We can feel this extremely emotional, maybe too romantic at times. So this is another date I just... On 20 April, because you know she enters Aquarius, and on 7th of April as retrograde. Then on 13th of April she's direct. You see, we described a little bit her direct and then her retrograde energies. And then on 20th of April she's entering Pisces again. But here comes small detail. So 20 April she enters Pisces again. When she enters Pisces again, she will conjoin Rahu and Saturn, who at that time will be invisible. Even she will conjoin with Neptune and Mercury. So you've got 5 planets. You've got Venus, Saturn, Neptune, Mercury, and Rahu, if we can call him planet 2. So 5 of them will share the degrees, very powerful. These are the degrees of Venus. All of them will be in the section also ruled by Venus in Pisces. So this will very much globally influence the markets, very, very much, because at that time Saturn becomes invisible to take away with himself something new, and new, I think something not bad, something positive might be introduced into the financial markets. This, what I mean, I will tell you, they all concentrate in the point of the vernal equinox, which gives additional energy and power to this conjunction, to all of the 5 planets. Secondly, they concentrate in Pisces, and Jupiter is also in Taurus, which is a sign related to money. And thirdly, Venus is there, the most powerful planets, and Rahu is only giving additional power to Venus. So there will be, this globally will mean amazing, amazing drive to new philosophies, new spirituality, new wave of awakening. The more and more I repeat this cliche, it is already cliche, awakening, I realize that there is something true in this cliche, because it will be another wave, amazing awakening wave, and this might even have open new markets. This will not be related to the current financial situation, something new. So this is important to tell you. Open new markets, maybe new activities, new occupations, new professions. They might even have spiritual connotation, I can tell you. This is powerful too because Venus and Mercury are forming aspect which is called mutual reception. This is when Venus is in the house of Jupiter and Jupiter is in the house of Venus. Very benevolent, very strong, very spiritual, for some people amazing new beginning. So, but remember, when Venus and Saturn are together financially, this is not very benevolent. In the future, this will give results. But at the moment, and I speak about 20th to mid-April, this is not very benevolent financial situation, but this will result in later important changes. In the meantime, they form exact trine with Mars, so this is very good aspect. Very, I will tell you, this is a very practical energy of something that will be implemented later. Not far in the future. I'm saying later, it will mean year 2025. We will see some new activities, new profession. People will find niche in something new to do, and it will be about healing. It will be healing with totally new energies, new frequencies. You will see this. It will be amazing as a result of this conjunction, because it is happening not rarely. Venus and Saturn to meet, this is not rare, but the way the planets are positioned, the way Rahu participates is not very often. You don't see every year Rahu Venus Saturn conjunction, so this will be revolutionary. So these are the main dates I wanted to give you. And finally, 1st of June, Venus is leaving Gemini, Pisces. What's wrong with me? When I speak too fast, I'm making mistakes. So 1st of June, Venus is leaving Pisces to enter Aries. So these are the main dates I wanted to give you. And also, I shared with you a little bit from the the energies of Venus, so that you understand her energy, particularly as an evening star, as Aphrodite, as Inanna from Uruk, or Ishtar. And now I will look briefly at the 12 ascendants for you. This will be brief because everything depends. In order to be specific, of course, I need to know how Venus is positioned in your horoscope, and this can happen only if I see, of course, the personal chart of the people. So let's see. Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Aries or moon in Aries. If you're following modern tropical astrology, for you this is Taurus. For you, Venus will make all these movements until 1st of June on your 12th house. Good for your health, changes related to your approach to health as knowledge. She could help you if you're doing healing work, your awakening, your own health, a blessing. She can help you to win over enemies. Even she can bless you if you live abroad, for example. She can be very positive also for the routine work, the job of your partner, let's say. Let's look now people who have sidereal ascendant Taurus or moon in Taurus, or if you follow in modern tropical astrology, this is Gemini. Venus for you will be very good for your children, very good for social circle. You can find new important connections, very good for money and for your work. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention, this is a bit too how to say, we have to look at the other planets too. In my previous videos of Uranus, maybe you like to see as well, because then you will have the complete picture. This is just a small detail of Venus in Pisces, but of course Uranus in Taurus will also play a very important role, and he will be on your ascendant. So indeed, personal changes for you will happen, and they will be very important. Let's look at people who have sidereal ascendant Gemini or moon in Gemini. If you follow in modern tropical astrology, this is Cancer. For you, this blessing will be in your 10th house. Career. Of course, we do not forget Uranus in the 12th, who will change your perception of health, situation of enemies, but Venus will give blessing and will support the changes taking place in your career, important changes. Also, she can introduce something new projects, even new work. But of course, the details around this will depend on your personal horoscope. Let's look at people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer or moon in Cancer, or for modern tropical astrology, this would be Leo. For you, Venus will bless travel, communication. At the same moment, Uranus is introducing changes in your finances, but Venus is very blessing. Until June, she will be blessing travel, communication, even commercial work, studies. She can be amazing to open, insights, new knowledge, philosophies. Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Leo or moon in Leo. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Virgo. For you, Venus is entering your, will be until 1st June, back and forth, like I said, in your 8th house. She may bring new beginnings and support the finances of your partner, or bring changes in finances that you expect from, actually not expect, but from unexpected sources. She can support your sleep, even health. In the meantime, Uranus is on your 10th house, and the change that you experience in your career can be supported for good by Venus. But again, if you like, look at my very previous video on Uranus. And now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this is Libra. For you, Venus is on your 7th house, very good. She can really bless marriage, relationships, entrepreneurships. Of course, don't forget the period when she will conjoin with Saturn, and this is the period from, I forgot it was 13th of April to, when she, I would say end of April, will be a little bit more period of attention, because then she will be with Saturn. But in any case, she will be beautifully positioned in the house of your relationships, and she can even help you to improve relationship, marriage, even agreements. She is sextiling Uranus in your 9th house, and there she can support even commerce, because she will influence him for good, and the change he is promising also for good. Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Libra or moon in Libra. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this is Scorpio. For you, Venus is in your 6th house. She can really help you in your routine environment to help you if you have any conflicts, disagreements, disputes. She can help you and solve this, bring back the peace in your routine environment. She can help you with your health, or the way you do healing, or but of course a little bit critical is the period from 13th to end of April, when she will be very, very revolutionary in terms of the chance she will give to you. So this is, then we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Scorpio or moon in Scorpio. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Sagittarius. For you, she will be in your 5th house. Good. She can bless your muse, talented work, creative studies. All this can thrive now, really. She can even help your romantic life, relationships, business, entrepreneurship. She will support, because Uranus at that time will test a little bit your romantic life. Venus will be helpful in that. Of course, Uranus has higher hierarchy, and in the 7th house of yours, he will be testing your romantic life, but you will benefit from, especially until June, from the blessing of Venus, and try to, to bring back the harmony, let's say, in a relationship, or you certainly have her help in your romantic life and also in business. Now we have people who have sidereal ascendant Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this will be Capricorn. Now for you, Venus is in your fourth house. She can bring blessing to parents, home, property, real estate, even your relationships, even your business. Of course, the period in April is a bit revolutionary, so the big changes which Rahu and Saturn went together will be softened by Venus, but still changes related to property, relocation, home, relationship with parents, especially in April. Be a little bit careful, loving with parents. So this is what also important. And yes, she will play important role on health for good. And she can bless your routine environment and resolve eventual conflicts there. Now, people who have sidereal ascendant Capricorn and moon in Capricorn, and if you're following modern tropical astrology, this is Aquarius. For you, Venus can bless money, can help you reconnect with family roots, but financially she will have positive outcome, also commercially, also travel communication wise. She can bring changes in your media work, commerce, negotiations, especially in April. Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Aquarius or moon in Aquarius. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be a Pisces. Venus will be on your ascendant from, let's see it again, 7 April up until 20 April. This is good for you. Even retrograde, she'll be very good. She will support you, your well-being, your relationships. Later on, actually until 1st of June, and from now until 13th of April, until 7th of April, she will be helping you financially quite a lot. Also, she can help you recover relationships with family roots, let's say. Of course, the period in April is a little bit bringing changes, quite revolutionary, not a little bit. So financial changes, which are promised by Saturn-Rahu conjunction, will be softened and blessed by Venus. And now, people who have sidereal ascendant Pisces or moon in Pisces, if you're following modern tropical astrology, this is Aries. Actually, you will feel the most the energy of Venus, because she will be right on your ascendant with small interruptions from now until 1st of June. She also will promise big changes with Saturn and Neptune and Rahu, which will be starting from April. Then there will be a second level of change for you in July, but anyhow, she will bring blessing on your romantic life. Good period for you for many things. For if you want to improve your health, for your romantic life, for new plans, for it is just your time. Let's say like that. So I'm completing here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this was useful. Of course, if you want to know how Venus will influence your life, you know how to find me. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.